Folks, it is time to break down 5 stocks at a very high short interest that I believe could be squeezing at any moment in time here in the future. And of course, the key word there is could. Nothing's guaranteed, guys, especially with these risky stocks. But either way, we're going to break them down in this video, go over the short interest. We're going to break down the charts and talk about what I'm looking to do. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo. Link down below. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks totaling 5 stocks, and if you deposit at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks totaling 15 free stocks. It's free money, guys, and of course it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all. As always, use that link down below. And now let's dive into it. So the first stock on the list, guys, is ticker symbol EVGO, also known as, well, EVGO. I mean, I guess that's what the company's called, right? This stock ended up going down 1.6% on Friday, and if you guys remember, when this company reported earnings a couple of weeks ago, it went ballistic. The stock went ballistic. You guys can see it went from $5.50 all the way up to about $8. That was a move of around 50% in the span of a couple of days, if that. I mean, it might have been a day or two, and then it ended up selling off all the way up until now, pretty much, right? For the last couple of weeks, it gave back all those gains, and now pretty much we're back where we were when the company reported earnings, or rather where the stock was when the company reported earnings. And you guys can see we have a clear wedge in the making here, right? We have higher lows being made, but at the same time, we have these lower highs as well. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? We have higher lows, but also, again, we have these lower highs being made. And by the looks of it, we're slightly under both moving averages here on the 4-hour chart. So this stock currently has a short interest of, are you ready for this? 35%. Very, very high short interest here, meaning a lot of people are betting against the stock. They're betting against it, and they think it's going to go down in price. And that's how short sellers obviously make money. If they believe a stock's going to go down, they short the stock, and if it does go down, that's how they end up making money. But with a stock that has very high short interest, if we do get some sort of news which causes the stock to move up, or maybe they report earnings like this stock did or this company did, and maybe the shorts are like, holy crap, we got this wrong. They start to cover, meaning they buy back their shares. That's what causes the stock to move up like crazy, like we saw a couple of weeks ago when the company reported earnings. And again, the stock went up around 50% in the span of a day to maybe 3 days. Very big move for the stock. So at this point, guys, I'm looking to see if we start breaking out of the moving averages and we start breaking out of the wedge. That would be anywhere from, let's say, $6 to $6.25. If we start breaking out of there, especially above the mid-6s, that could be a point where, hey, maybe EVGO starts to make a very big move again. But guys, you got to realize these stocks, like I said in the intro, they're very risky. They could go to zero. They could go up a ton, but they could also go down a ton. You have to realize that. So I'm going to set my alert at $6.50. Mark is at or above, and I'll actually do another alert at, let me put one at maybe, let's do it at 560 on the bottom side here. Mark is at or below 560. We'll see where this ends up going over the next couple of days, guys, because at this point, this is pretty much the moment of truth. We have to wait and see what direction EVGO ends up picking. So the next one, guys, is MicroStrategy, ticker symbol MSTR, which they're actually reporting earnings this upcoming week, I believe on Monday or Tuesday. Let me see here. They're on Monday. Yeah, Monday, the 1st of May. After the bell is when this company is reporting earnings. And on Thursday and Friday, this stock did very well. Actually, maybe on Wednesday as well. The stock started to pop. It was at roughly $283, and we actually closed the week above $328 per share. On Friday, the stock went up around 3%, and from that 280 low, it is up almost 17%. Very big move for MicroStrategy, and by the looks of it, guys, this uptrend, call me crazy, it's continuing, right? We have clear higher lows, higher highs being made, and now by the looks of it, we could be testing the mid 300s very soon, very soon. I mean, again, we're at 328 right now, mid 300s. That's where the stock was back in the middle of April, about 2 weeks ago. That's where we could be testing, and heck, maybe we even break out of that point and start going higher 300s, maybe back towards 400, because as you guys know, you might not know, I'll tell you right now, this stock used to be, I think, $1,000, yeah, $1,300 a share occur during the bubble that we saw in the beginning of 2021, which the bubble really started to balloon at the end of 2020 and especially in the beginning of 2021. You guys can see MicroStrategy, holy crap, this stock went from $100 back in May of 2020 all the way to $1,300 by February. Not even a year, guys. This stock pretty much 13x. That is no joke. That is insane. And of course, a lot of the gains have been given back. Well, most of them have been, actually. The stock went from, again, 100 to 1,300 back to about 150. Now we're starting to push back over 300. So let's see, guys. They have a short interest of 30%. So yeah, there could be a squeeze at any moment now, especially with earnings coming up on Monday. The bulls could be gaining a lot more momentum. Time will tell, guys. So that is MSTR. So stock number 3, guys, is CNK. Let me pull it up and show you all. This has a short interest of around 28%, and you guys can see a clear inverse head and shoulders that I believe I called out maybe a couple weeks ago, last time we talked about this stock. And you guys can see it's been playing out, right? We have the left shoulder right here, we have the head right here, the right shoulder, and this company is also reporting earnings, I believe, this week or maybe the week after. Let me see here, guys, very quickly. On the 5th, I believe that's on Friday, the 5th of May, before the market opens. So their earnings are this week as well. Same again with MicroStrategy. So at this point, they have a 28% short interest, guys. The trend is clearly in the bulls' favor. We're above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. The inverse head and shoulders is playing out. So this could maybe test 1750 moving forward here. You guys can see that was actually the high back from the middle of August, I believe, roughly. Yeah, middle of August we hit roughly, oops, there goes my alarm. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, middle of August is where we hit roughly 1750, 1770. So that's actually where this stock could be going next. And who knows, if that level ends up breaking, where could it be going after that? Well, let's pull up the 3-year chart. We can see after 1770, there could be upside towards maybe 1970, $20, which is where the stock was. That was back in about a year ago, almost a little bit less than a year ago, back in July of 2022. The stock was right around 1950 to $20. So if we break 1770, we could get a squeeze towards that level. And then if that level were to break, we're talking a move towards the low mid-20s, maybe even higher. As you guys can see, that's where the stock was back in March of 2021, so about 2 years ago. Also back in October of 2021, that's where we were, mid-low 20s, high 20s even. That's where the stock could be going from that point. So that is CNK, guys. We also have another one here, which I think we talked about recently. I forget, but I'll cover it again. It's starting to move, guys. Look at that. This is Bluebird Bio, ticker symbol BLUE. This stock on Friday went up a whopping 18%. It closed at $4.35 and went up 67 cents on the day. And you guys can see it is officially starting to break out of the moving averages. It looks like it's reversing for the first time in, no joke, months, guys. We're talking months. First time since the beginning of January of 2023. It's the first time we're actually trading above the moving averages. Very good sign. And this company reported earnings a couple of weeks ago. It looks like stock collapsed, and now it's starting to reverse, which is a good sign. And by the looks of it, we're now testing the highs from the end of March, being about 450, 460-ish. You guys can see that is, again, where the stock was right around the earnings, last earnings report. So if we do get a break, let's say past 475, which is where I'll set my alert right now, there could be way more upside here on Bluebird Bio. Again, ticker symbol BLUE with a short interest of 25.6%. So my alert's at 475. We'll see if that breaks. If it does, again, we could be in for a lot more upside. As we know, the stock can move a ton. Like I said, on Friday, it went up 18%. So watch out for Bluebird, guys. And by the way, if you haven't gotten up to 15 stocks yet for Moomoo, what are you waiting for? Use that link down below. Open up an account. You get 1 free share of stock right off the bat. And if you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And if you deposit at least $1,000 onto the Moomoo platform, guys, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. No strings attached. And if you don't like the platform, you can simply take out all your deposits and you keep the free stocks, and boom, you get free money. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys. As always, again, use that link down below. Let me know what stocks you get in the comments. And with that being said, let's talk about the last stock, which is IBRX. IBRX. Let me pull that up and show you guys. This is also known as Immunity Bio. This one up 7% on Friday. It went up to $2.80, up 18 cents on the day. And this stock, very similar to Bluebird, is finally starting to reverse for the first time in months, guys. No joke. Many, many months. It's above the moving averages for the first time since the middle of December. We have a golden cross. We're clearly breaking out again on Friday. We went up around 7%, which is really good news. And right now, we're right at the highs from a couple of days ago, being about 290, roughly 280. So if we're able to break out of 290 into the threes, there could be a lot more momentum, in my opinion, for the bulls from that point. So I'm going to set my alert. Markets at or above $3, and their short interest is pretty high, guys. Maybe not as high as EVGO, but still, it's 24.6%. This stock is prone to having short squeezes. We've seen it, squeeze many times in the past, and you may be asking yourself, Stas, where could it go if we break $3? Well, if we break $3, we take the highs out from earlier last week, this could be going towards the mid-high threes, maybe even higher than that. But initially, probably the mid threes, which you guys can see that was support back in August, back in the end of January, even in the middle of February, until we broke under it and went down all the way to $1.20. So now again, if we break $3, boom, I think we'll fill the gap to $3.50, and we'll see where it goes from that point. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. And please, guys, realize these stocks are very risky. Trade at your own risk. I personally would only play these with money that I'm willing to lose, a good chunk of, maybe even all the money, right? That's just me. So keep in mind, guys, again, trade at your own risk. And again, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. And feel free to check out my Patreon if you guys are interested. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.